Okay. Alright. Welcome back. I lied the last episode. I did not remove my pants.
We've got to be quick. This is the first place the project will look for us.
How do you know all this?
Alright. So that guy's just a hallucination.
It's a man, and they won't stop until we're both.
Man, this Fight Club reboot sucks.
The what?
This Fight Club reboot sucks.
Shut up. Yeah.
It looks nothing like the original.
There is a Fight Club game out there.
I know.
Yeah, I've heard.
Fred Durst is in it.
I've heard it's really bad.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen gameplay. It's terrible.
Yeah. Why would you make a game based off a movie that's coming out 5 years after the movie?
Also, why would you throw in Fred Durst in it while you're at it?
Because every fighting game needs a joke character.
He was already in a WWE game, though.
Oh, weird. Oh boy. Hold the Wii remote completely still.
I'm gonna snip you out.
I just placed the controller down.
Did you really think you were a statue?
Yeah. A paper bag! No, that's a plastic bag.
Do it before it's too late.
Okay. It's too late. There was something else on my mind I wanted to mention, but I literally lost my train of thought.
Now that wasn't so bad, was it?
Suck it up. I remember this one story of a Discord server I was in where it was like another server run by some people and my friends, but they made the mistake of making it a publicly accessible server when it wasn't really meant to be publicly accessible. So, basically what happened was, someone got muted for saying fucking, and for having backdoor.smut as their status. Which is like, bruh. Someone got muted for blocking a bot on Discord. Multiple people. A lot of people got muted because they couldn't take a joke. And people are like, oh my god, please stop talking about this, or at least put a trigger warning. Bitch, if you're this sensitive, don't go on the internet.
Yeah. This reminds me of, like, people who harass voice actors for playing bad characters.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, if you're this incapable of dividing fact from fiction from reality, congratulations. Stay the fuck away from both the internet and fandoms on a whole.
Huh.
Like, you basically bring nothing to the table if you're that incapable of understanding reality.
Yeah. Tell that to Danganronpa fans.
That went out to a lot of people, including fans of Danganronpa.
They put trigger warnings for blood.
Why the fuck would you put trigger warnings for a game like Danganronpa?
That is a question I ask myself every day.
Like, I can understand if it's for, like, a trailer and like, the people who are seeing it are, like, in a presentation so they don't understand what's going to happen.
But
anything else, no. They knew what they were getting into.
Well,
like, people had to have watched the trailer or at the very least seen the box saying ESRB M.
Yeah. That's the thing. It has a cartoony art style.
Doesn't mean jack shit. Do you have any understanding of how much porn is made of a cartoony art style?
Even then, people get pissed off when the game covers adult topics. I'm like, bitch.
It's a game about a murder, about like a bunch of murders in consecutive order.
Yeah.
You kind of have to just deal with it, man.
Yeah. Just.
What the hell was that?
Be quiet.
If you want like non-questioning black and white good versus evil, play a World War II COD game.
Yeah, play the new one that comes out next month. Only $70.
Just make sure you don't play the Nazis and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Some people. It's mostly people, 13-year-old girls who dox other people because they don't ship the same characters that they do.
They're the worst.
If this isn't proof that humans can devolve, I don't know what is.
I have a perfect song
Oh.
for this situation.
But copyright.
Well, yes. It's called Do the Evolution by Pearl Jam.
Oh.
And it is very obvious just how fucked up humanity is through that song.
A child.
I do suggest watching the music video, by the way.
Alright. Yeah.
Like, or at the very least watch that Creepy Readings video that he came up with recently about like animated music videos.
I saw like a dumb meme. It was like Nintendo advertising the new Switch Lite or something because it was like a dark shade of blue, and someone's like, "You forgot the trigger warning for the color blue." That was on Twitter. Their logo literally is blue.
I'm pretty sure that was just a joke.
Yeah, it said that was a joke. If it was genuine, I would question it. I would question why.
Well, like to set the mood for what type of song this is, hear the lyrics for the first verse, because let's be honest here, unless you're really paying attention, you can barely hear the lyrics. It's scream, like a good chunk of it are actually scream because of like how the guy's singing it. But the issue comes in with the fact that more often than not, you're distracted by the music, like video.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a head, I'm a man, I'm the first mammal to wear pants, yeah. I'm at peace with my lust, I can kill 'cause in God I trust, yeah. It's evolution, baby.
Damn, I'm 14 and this is deep.
Well, yeah, the song basically is essentially like the music video itself is very obviously, yeah, humanity is basically on top.
Yeah.
Doesn't change the fact that they're fucked up and it'll keep on destroying the world.
Yeah. And yeah, that's how the server fucking died. People keep trying to bring it back, but the damage has already been done, and now we're into a very private group chat that we don't give invites out to.
This sounds basically like how the Uneven Buddies Discord will end up.
Yes, without the owner's permission.
Granted, there's already a private group chat for the Uneven Buddies.
Yes.
But really, the only people who use it are...
four people talking.
Yeah, like, it's just me, you, Camden, and maybe Nick sometimes.
And maybe Jonathan.
Yeah.
And sometimes Lanes, because he exists.
Yeah, but does he? Does he really, though?
No. Anyway. And then there's my other Discord server, which is publicly accessible. If you piss anyone off, I will fucking murder you.
Didn't you kick off someone who, like, used to be a mod?
No. Well, they came back. I don't know.
I don't think they did. I never saw them return.
If I kicked the mod, then they returned. Most likely.
There are quite a few people who kicked, but I swear they've never returned. Unless they were using a nickname and they changed it back to something else.
They probably. I think they've changed their Discord name since. Yeah. We actually had to have a discussion on whether or not we should allow like a certain person in there. Because I'm
guessing the ultimate decision was no.
The ultimate decision was no because we were scared that they were going to argue with you for days.
Why?
Okay, this is a bit of a weird subject. So there's this person, nothing against them, first of all. Okay, there's this person that supposedly has DID, which is Dissociative Identity Disorder, and they go around on Discord using a Tubber bot. Which, if you don't know what Tubber is, it's a Discord bot where you can you can enter a text command, you can type it in as if you're that character, and it'll show up as that. And if not, they'll just clearly mark it otherwise. And the one side is always a super nice ooh woo girl kind of thing.
I'm already disgusted.
And the the second side is an egotistical asshole that always harasses everyone.
I'm even more disgusted.
Yeah, and we came to the conclusion that, and they like to insist that they truly have DID and try to force others to look it up. Which,
first of all, unless I have an actual like therapist or like doctor's note saying that you have been diagnosed as having DID, I'm just going to assume you self-diagnosed, and I'm not going to believe you at all.
Yes, a sad thing is a lot of people do self-diagnose, especially teenagers.
Yeah, the issue with teenagers self-diagnosing is that in general they will diagnose themselves with a ton of things just because they want to feel special.
Yeah. Like, hey, I am autistic. I can say retard. I'm gonna get canceled now.
Like, we've been diagnosed as autistic in high school. But even then...
I was diagnosed when I was the age of 1.
Oh, damn. But even then, there are people who do not believe that.
Yeah.
Granted, it's mostly my mom who refuses to believe it, and so does my dad. But at the same time, I don't give a fuck what they think.
Damn. Fair. But yeah, and every time that we try to question it, it gets more questionable. Like, they brought up something called co-fronting, which was never brought up prior. And I was like, okay. Yeah, so we had a discussion about it. We came to the conclusion that there would be a days-long argument between the two of you. You would mostly call it a bullshit excuse to mistreat people.
Which I view it as.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I don't believe this person at all.
Yeah, and overall, I don't think that kind of personality is fitting for a publicly accessible Discord server.
Like, I don't care who you are or what you say that you're doing for whatever reason. But at the same time, you have to understand, if supposedly you have an issue that makes you act like an unrepentant asshole that treats everyone like garbage, well, guess what? At the end of the day, unless you're getting help for it, it's on you because you don't get help.
Yeah.
Like, if you're that self-centered that you think that it's perfectly okay for you to treat others like pieces of garbage just because you have something which could very clearly be helped with, and you don't bother looking for help, well, guess whose fault is that for like being an asshole?
Yours.
It's like if I went around punching my friends and saying that, oh, I'm sorry, I have autism. It makes me feel like doing stuff like that. At the end of the day, that just sounds like someone being an asshole because they feel like they can get away with it.
That just puts a bad label on autistic people in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a good chunk of people with DID who don't act like this.
Yeah.
Well, quite literally, their like respective disorders making them feel like two different people.
Yeah.
And most of the time, a lot of those people aren't people who are completely one side or the other. You should, and if you self-diagnosed and this is what you came up with, wouldn't it be easier to just call it bipolar disorder? Because that's what it sounds like more often.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's a person on the internet, so.
Also, yeah, that's the other major issue with believing that.
Also, this person thinks sex is a gender. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
That's not how it works.
Yeah. I once said porn is a joke, and they were like, popcorn?
It's a good thing you never brought them in because I would not like them at all.
Yes. Yeah,
I already have a hard time believing the kinning bullshit that your sister puts out. Which, considering how she acts nothing like the character she's supposedly kinning, yeah, I call bullshit.
She kins more than one.
Yeah, that's why. Here's a newsflash for you dumbasses. If supposedly you're kinning and that's who you believe your past life or your true self is meant to be, here's a newsflash. You shouldn't be kinning multiple things, especially when those things are vastly different people. It just sounds like you're being a pretentious tryhard trying to look cooler than you actually are.
Well, that's most people on the internet. Some. Well, a lot.
I know that there's a bunch of people who are going to get pissed off at me for what I've just said. I do not care.
You survived the Final Fantasy VII video. You can survive this.
I mean, I wouldn't survive if I got really big, but at the same time, if I got really big, the vast majority of people would basically agree with me just because the whole concept of killing sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it was already kind of questionable with the whole, like, animal killing, especially since the vast majority of the people who kinned, choose to kin stuff like wolves or other sorts of animals that sound cool rather than something that, sounds normal. Like, how many people are supposedly reincarnated wolves or foxes rather than any of the other animals that exist that aren't generic furry bait?
Dinosaurs.
And yeah, but those are scalies.
Yeah, true.
Like, but the second you throw in fictional characters, most of which are, I don't know, property of and like the literal thought of someone who actually knows what they're doing with those characters.
Yeah.
And the most galling thing is when a kidding person goes out of their way to say that the creator is wrong.
The literal creator of the actual fucking character is wrong. Some people. It's
like, seriously. The immediate thought process is like, didn't she say she kins your sister kins Tokufukawa?
Yes.
Why the hell doesn't she avoid baths for a week on end or stuff like that?
I don't know.
Like actual behavior that Tokufukawa has. Why doesn't she have a split personality that makes her want to go around killing pretty boys?
If we did, we would have sent her to a hospital by now.
or better yet, why doesn't she get super obsessive about an actual real person rather than just a fictional character?
Don't give her ideas. She's obsessed with Tom Holland.
Yeah, but all like a lot of the teenage girls are. That doesn't mean anything. I'm talking about someone she actually knows.
Oh. So far, no, which I hope it stays that way.
Yeah, that's a good thing because obviously it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But like Tokufukawa specifically
is a bad representation of DID.
Yeah, but also specifically has a crush on Bianca Tagami on the basis that she views him as a perfect white knight, even though he's clearly none of that stuff and very much hates her.
Yeah.
She's basically the type of girl who would look at Harley Quinn and say, "Aw, I'd like to have that relationship."
Hey.
Even though Harley Quinn is very much the perfect like showing of an abusive relationship.
Very true. God, there's a lot to say about this kind of stuff. That just goes to show we have opinions, and I don't think we should be censored because I don't edit this shit anyway, and I don't want to censor opinions. That's just if you're really this triggered by us, go outside, touch grass, watch a family friendly, watch Ryan's World.
Like seriously, there are a ton of things that are understandable.
Yeah.
Like Kenny is just not one of them.
Yeah.
Like, I could believe you have DID. I could believe you have like split personality disorder. I could even believe the idea that like people have reincarnation and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm not going to believe someone who claims that they're the reincarnation of a fictional character.
Oh, that actually reminds me of a separate story.
Especially when more often than not, they'll say I kin this character. The character came out like 2 years ago.
That reminds me of a separate story. So like sometime in 2020, there was a separate person that seriously believed they were the reincarnation of Samudi Shiradane from Danganronpa V3.
Shouldn't you be going around certain like in the entertainment industry or something at the very least?
Yeah, but this person was like a teenager. Keep in mind.
And You should.
And like they seriously believe they were the reincarnation, and like, oh my god, I find it weird that people kidding me. Please stop. And I'm like,
Bitch.
yeah, they've been banned from every single Discord server they've entered. I think.
To anyone who believes in this kinning bullshit, I have the perfect video for you to show just how bad this gets. I actually suggest you watch this video too because it's actually really good.
Alright.
And it is Down the Rabbit Hole, or Frederick Knudsen's video on the Final Fantasy VII house.
Final Fantasy VII house?
Oh, it is a fucking treat.
Is this a real thing? I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it was... Like, at first people thought that it was bullshit, but it eventually came out that, yeah, it was real. And,
a house full of people who can Final Fantasy VII characters? Like, real life, or...
It was worse than that. It was awful.
Yeah.
It involved shit like gaslighting and... Yeah, it was just bad. But like, at the end of the day, it was just all around terrible. I will have to show you it, and the worst part about it is a lot of a good chunk of these people went onto other fandoms to continue their bullshit.
No. This is something I have to see to believe.
Yes. In fact, when I get home, and if you have the free time, I will go on Discord, and we will watch that video together, like, for me to see your reaction to it.
Alright. That'll be a trip.
Because, trust me, the sheer length of like what Kinnings actually basically is just
Try the basement.
insanity.
I don't want to dump down this rabbit hole, but I want to see what this is all about.
To anyone who has any slightest idea, like, I'll say this. This is the story of that one person, you know, Jenny Nova.
Jenny Nova?
That's what they called themselves back when they were killing Genova.
No.
They moved on to the Hannibal fandom, by the way.
What's Hannibal?
Hannibal Lecter's TV show.
Oh, I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know much about it either. Outside of the fact that, like, as ERB pointed out, most people moved on to Dexter.
Dexter, the Showtime show?
I think so.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
Trust me on that.
I wonder how these people's families feel.
You think they give a fuck? They're clearly not living with the family now.
True. But I meant like the current generation of teenagers who self-diagnose.
Well, first of all, stop self-diagnosing. We already knew that it was bullshit when people did it for like medical reasons.
Yeah.
What makes you think that it's any more accurate for mental reasons?
So they have the power to say slurs without getting canceled online.
Oh, here's another perfect video on just how bullshit certain mental stuff is, right?
Yeah.
Super iPad 12's bizarre world of fake psychics, mystics, and other stuff.
Hey.
Like it's like the second of his Bizarre World series where like he covers some crap. Like the other one was his Bizarre World of Fake Martial Arts.
Wow.
I actually really like both these videos though.
Yeah. This is a trip.
But like, here's the thing: people who self-diagnose don't see the issue with it because, in general, people will diagnose themselves with anything or like say that there's something as long as it's vague enough and sounds kind of positive.
Most commonly, depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
As someone who has both, shut the fuck up. You have no idea how people go through
I don't have anxiety, I think.
I have anxiety.
But at the very least, I know for a fact that I've dealt with depression for a while.
Well, I have anxiety. It's why I have my dad scout you out.
Huh?
Nothing.
The closest thing I have to anxiety is basically just the inability to start interacting with new people. But that's not really anxiety, that's just me being a total bitch.
Honestly, I'm even scared to start a conversation through text message.
Yeah, I'm able to power through that stuff, but like, I am a bitch especially when it comes to like contacting people I haven't talked to in a while.
Yeah.
But like,
Nice. Now all we need is a syringe. Try the bathroom.
I think the closest thing to anxiety involves like arguments with like family members. But even then, that's more me being so done with arguing with family for forever and a half now.
Where are they? I've had enough of these amateurs. Sweep this place.
There's a person.
Start at the basement. I'll search the bedroom.
Yeah. Most common sites I see these self-diagnoses is Twitter and TikTok, aka the
hellscape of idiots.
I was gonna say the hotspot of stupidity, but that works too. That's a mistake. The camera in this game is not the best. But what would I expect of a game on the Wii? Okay.
Kill him.
Yeah. Okay, that's one down. So yeah, a lot of people on those sites are around the ages of 13, 14, which is
very impressionable.
Very impressionable. Heh. Putting self-diagnosing yourself, putting your pronouns in your bio, putting Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards in your bio does not make you special.
It just means that
there's a million like you on the internet.
Well, yeah. Everyone's very common, really.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single person who's truly unique.
Also, Hiro Sakurai? Yeah.
Maybe?
Maybe. I don't know.
He has to be something special to be able to deal with Disney's legal bullshit.
Yeah. And Square Enix's legal bullshit. 3 times. 4 times if you count Smash 4. 5 times if you count Sora. and had the audacity to go to Microsoft. and had and Konami.
Oh, and deal with the Smash community's bullshit whenever it came to the stuff he wanted.
Yeah, and Atlas.
He's picking us off.
Give me at least a brutal.
What is the use in this?
I would not be surprised if this video automatically gets an age restriction.
If they catch us, they'll kill us.
So yeah. So yeah. I guess that's our stances on that.
To anyone who feels personally attacked by me, all I'll have to say is,
grow up.
I'm a 21-year-old.
I'm a 19-year-old.
And in general,
the internet is not it.
It's never been for you.
Yeah. If you really need every single piece of media to be politically correct,
or to like vow to your worldviews, well, I have something to say, and that's get your chuny ass outside.
No, they can't do that. The outside world is their trigger. It invalidates it. First of all, if you really have something like that, it has to be linked to a traumatic experience.
Yeah.
You can't just say, "Oh, I have a trigger of the color green because I don't like that color."
That just sounds like whining.
Yeah.
Because it is, and you're invalidating anyone who truly has PTSD.
Yeah.
Because, people go through traumatic shit and actually have to deal with it.
Yeah. Like, I get, if someone would have a trigger warning of, like, something like guns, that would be understandable.
Yeah, especially because there's a ton of veterans who actually do have a trigger of that.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that they had to deal with it throughout their military career.
Yeah.
Or, like, having a trigger when it comes to certain types of adults. Perfectly understandable, especially if you've been like sexually assaulted or molested.
Yeah.
Because stuff like that leaves scars that like never really leave you.
Yeah. They just want to.
But if you have a trigger of like, I don't know,
Burgers. Hamburgers.
Yeah, it's like, first of all, if that were true, how the fuck would you even like function here in the United States?
A trigger warning of food. Just food in general. I've seen that.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Cancri Vantas from Homestuck.
I've never read Homestuck.
A character who quite literally was like designed as a joke on overly PC bullshit.
Yeah.
Which
the amount of people on the internet that think they're doing the right thing when in reality they're just being more racist than the actual alleged racism.
Yeah, because it's infanticide and we're like...
Take, for example, the, everyone's heard about this, the Animal Crossing hairstyle incident. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Yeah, I heard. We're like you basically just decide, like, especially because a lot of the people who do decide to do this are usually white.
Yeah, that makes it even worse.
Yeah, where they basically decide, I have to like fight for you.
Yeah, I'm being offended on other people's behalf, and then a literal black person said, "Hey, please don't speak on our behalf."
Yeah,
and then the white bitch was like, "Well, I guess I care about your more. I guess you care more. I guess I care about your own race than you do."
And it was like
more than you do.
First of all,
We don't have time to reminisce.
if any person in that community was actually pissed off, don't you think they'd actually be complaining about it?
Yeah.
Like, here's an example of this bullshit happening long ago, right?
Yeah.
Where basically, like, the character Speedy Gonzalez got like basically canceled.
Yes.
Because white people were complaining about how it's offensive to Mexicans.
Mexicans love them.
But as it turns out, because it's one of the few positive representations that they have, a bunch of actual like Mexicans and Mexican Americans complained about how they were basically like removing Speedy from everywhere because for bullshit reasons, and it got him brought back brought back into like the fold because of the fact that in general people aren't pissed off about being represented if as long as it's like not messed up.
Yeah.
Like
sexual deviant.
Like the idea that like with the hair example.
Yeah.
The if I remember correctly, it was like dreadlocks, right?
It was quote unquote space buns, which are also known as Afro puffs.
Yeah, like the fact of the matter is, if people decide to put that on their character, well, that's their decision. But the reason that it's in there at all is explicitly because black people are being recognized as people who are like there.
Yeah.
So of course no black person was complaining about it because more often than not they would be the ones using it also.
Yeah. So one of those people.
The complete irony here is that first of all, the people making these games are usually Japanese.
Yeah. Someone actually... Okay, the original person who posted that image contacted Nintendo, told them about this, and Nintendo said, "Dude, it's just a game. You can wear whatever."
Yeah, it's like...
And then the people got pissed off at that.
Yeah. But also, the fact of the matter is, if like, they folded to that, guess... You want to know what the only, like, options would be?
What?
The stereotypically white options.
Oh, yeah, true. And I remember there was a tweet from a white girl saying, Nintendo should put a survey so they could only log hairstyles behind certain colors. That statement alone is more racist than the actual...
Yeah, it's called segregation.
Yeah, they're just bringing back segregation.
You ever think that the reason that these people usually are on these crusades for some bullshit reason aren't actually because they feel like it's accurate?
They want attention.
Yeah, but either they want attention... Or, what's the more likely option? They feel like it's inappropriate for any of these things to mix. Because you want to know, you want to know something about like that space thing, You want to know like what are the more damning things about that?
What?
There are white people who do have do have the ability to have that hairstyle, right?
Yeah.
But you want to know, like, more often than not, what type of white people do have that hairstyle?
What?
The ones who do it without anyone questioning, right?
Yeah.
Are usually the people who are white mix. You know, people who have the capability of having that hairstyle because their hair is naturally like that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, one of their parents or like a decent amount of their ancestors are black.
Yeah.
Because it's possible to have like mixed races stuff.
We are still recording.
Yeah.
I don't know when to stop or if I should, because
Because
this is kind of funny to leave it on like this.
Yeah, it's like I know that there's a ton of people who do like artificially get it like that.
Transracial.
Yeah, but at the same time, more often than not, the people who are like that usually get called out for it anyways.
Yeah.
Like, if it was that big of an issue, then don't you think that the actual communities that would feel it was an issue would call it out?
Yeah. I saw like a screen cap of a TikTok post that said, I'm glad people are finally recognize that Steve from Minecraft is a person of color, but if you use him as a white person, you're participating in digital blackface. I'm not joking.
First of all,
No.
tan exists.
Yeah.
It's possible to be white and have a tan.
Yeah.
Especially if you know you aren't fucking Irish or something like that, and you can actually have melanin in your skin.
Yeah.
Because there are white people who naturally have tan skin.
Yeah.
Look at Italians.
Eh.
But also, second of all, just like every character in Minecraft, including the animals,
They're genderless and...
they're basically complete blank slates.
Yeah.
You're not actually meant to view them as anything.
Yeah.
The only reason they have names is because it's placeholder stuff.
Yeah. That's true.
And just like how everyone views Alex as a girl, well, first of all, Alex was designed off of a guy.
Yeah, you just mentioned that in Metopia.
Yeah. And second of all, just like Steve, it's perfectly okay to view Alex as a guy.
Yeah.
Because in general, that's how these characters are designed. Even Steve, with like what looks to be facial hair, is designed to be gender neutral, just purely on the basis that when they were designing the Minecraft characters, including the mobs, all of them were basically designed to be completely genderless.
Yeah. They actually removed the beard from Steve's model, but they still use it in promotional material. Anyway, welcome to the news channel. Now, shut the fuck up. I hacked my Wii U to make this work. This is an interesting Manhunt gameplay. 5 minutes of it.
5 minutes was basically just been me ranting at the sky, basically being annoyed at the internet.
On the Wii menu. When hasn't the internet been annoying? That's the real question.
The 1980s?
The internet was pretty new back then.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, yeah, true. Another news, my editing computer, the iMac that I use, is starting to die out on me.
Mine died a while ago.
Yeah, so, it runs really slow on literally everything. So, I'm looking into getting a Windows PC replacement. Yeah, what's in the news? October 10th.
How old are these?
October 10th, 2021. Southwest Airlines cancels more than 1,000 weekend flights. This is COVID-19 they mentioned. This is actual recent news.
Image owned by NASA.
Copyright 2021. There's 5 Georgia officers been killed in line of duty this year. And 2 dozen more have died from COVID-19, according to Memorial. 87 Georgia officers were killed in the line of duty. There's politics stuff. Okay, time to get canceled. Rule number 1 of the internet. Don't share your political opinion online.
We broke that already. Here's another me breaking it. Donald Trump should be arrested for the traitor he is.
Okay, now all of Twitter loves you. Don't worry. If you say you like him, then you should be worried. Texas GOP candidate. That's fun. A Republican.
Seriously, the GOP in general should be locked up. It's clearly obvious that they're fucking traitors to the Union.
Yeah. Oh wait, this is just American news. Let's look. Let's look at international. Iraq, Taliban,
Like,
Polipsit, Calzerize, blah.
like quite literally, they couldn't get any more obvious with their bullshit.
Controversial Father Day. Sports.
Why the hell would you look at sports?
Just to cover this in the video. Imagine the real losers out there are the people who pay full price for a sports team.
So the entirety of like frat parties that buy like these shit.
Yeah. Craig's final bond takes $56 million at domestic box office for over 18 months of pandemic delays. Huh.
Why does it all say fit like updated?
I'm pretty sure that's just how it works. Yeah. 25% of movie theaters 25% of moviegoers return to theaters for the first time in 18 months. I've been going to movie theaters.
I would if I had more money.
Yeah.
Let there be Venom.
In second place was Venom Let There Be Carnage, which fell from 64% from its record 90 million launch, which I think was the highest of the pandemic. Maybe.
Expecting to cross the 2 billion in global 2021. Manta should keep going through October with Halloween Kills and Dune, which has already made
117 million.
Wait, wait a minute.
Oh, Disney. All Disney movies combined will cross 2 billion this year. Weekend box office results. No Time to Die, Venom Let There Be Carnage, Addams Family, Shang-Chi, The Many Saints of Newark, Free Guy, Lamb, Dear Evan Hansen, Candyman, Jungle Cruise.
Wait a minute.
After dies in accident. That's Russian. Business. Facebook reveals do controlled for kids using its platform.
Facebook continues to show off just how much it doesn't care about.
Facebook was down for like several hours a couple days ago.
Good.
As well as Instagram.
I was hoping it'd stay down forever.
Yeah. Nearly 90% of students and staff have been vaccinated. Well, I'm not a student, so I can't.
That's qualify. Massachusetts State University, I think.
Yeah. I see Hitler.
Where? Well.
Ha! I'm debating if I should split this off into its own separate video, because it'd be funny.
Probably.
Yeah, it would work better considering how...
But I don't think there's a good place for me for you to stop with how long my rant went.
True. We'll leave it as part of the Manhunt. In that case... I'm pretty... So, I think that's enough for today.
I think that was all of it.
Yeah, see you next time for Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Sega Master System. It's not happening.
Yeah, no.